Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, world. Welcome, world. I am Double S. I got Zilla on the mic. Zilla, say what's up to the people.
Greetings, my people. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are. Thanks for joining us, and hopefully we can inspire you. And as we normally say, if we can change your mindset, change your circumstances.
Well, for everyone at home, thank you for all the support on episode 8. Big up your damn self. We had Playbabebeleza in for episode 8. Now here, episode 9, we got Natz P in the building. Got K. Come on the screen, come to the mic. Everyone say hello.
Yeah.
And we got Natz P. She's gonna talk to us about being an entrepreneur, being in the finance industry, and it should be a good one, guys. The Masterclass podcast is available on Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and if this is your first time watching, follow us, give us a like, and without further ado, let's kick things straight off. Zilla, you have anything a question you wanna kick today's episode off with?
Yes, so the question I want to ask the famous Natalie P, as she's been introduced, is so basically we're starting off from 16 when you leave school.
All right, go on. Let's start again. So we're starting in the 16 to 25 age range. You said it was in the late 90s.
Okay,
I'll let
it
you
was
pick up from there.
1995.
1995.
I left school in 1994. I went to college for 3 months I went to college to study health and social care. I went to Hammersmith College and ended up being there for 3 months because I didn't like it. It wasn't my world. A lot of peer pressure in terms of fashion, very fashion conscious college, and I just couldn't cope with that.
Okay.
So I called my school
Yeah.
and begged to go back in the sixth form.
Okay.
And the teacher said I was allowed to come back under the grounds that I caught up on all the 3 months' work I hadn't been there for,
Okay.
and she would let me back in, and I said yes. I can't remember the actual day I started, but like just after New Year's, I went back.
Yeah.
Studied night and day. In fact, I actually loved it. I actually was able to write real life story cases, case studies, which I still have in the loft today, as a matter of fact. And I stayed there, passed, and got distinction, which was equivalent to 5 A-stars GCSE.
Jesus.
Period. Then left school, left sixth form, which I loved, and went to College of North West London to do advanced health and social care, because at this time I wanted to be a probation officer. Thought that's what I liked, wanted to do that.
Interesting.
So went there, became pregnant with my first child.
Okay.
And had signed up to go to university.
Yeah.
As in fact, it was Middlesex University, the Enfield site. And I had signed up and deferred my application to a year later. So that would have been 1997 or 98.
Okay.
No, 98, because the course I was on was 2 years.
Okay. Just to cut you off quickly, probation officer. Why probation of all things?
Caring, looking after people.
Okay.
That was my thought process, and I like case studies, like social services, taking care of people who are in need and things like that. So that's what I liked. So I thought, I'd be good at that. Try that. Anyway, the journey continues. That did health and social care, 2 years. I first started at City of Westminster College, as a matter of fact. Went there for a year. Then, as I became more heavily pregnant, I moved to College of North West London.
Because it was closer.
It was closer to home.
Okay.
Carried on. Went on maternity leave from college in about October.
Okay.
September, October.
Yeah.
Had Michael in November.
Yeah.
And returned back to college the January or the February.
Oh, raw.
Because my mom had always said to me, quitting is not an option.
Yeah.
You've got to carry on. And it was always my mindset that, I can't give up. Got to keep going on, even if I was going to be a teenage mom. So then I had Michael.
Yeah.
Went back to college, finished the course, got a merit, which I was fine with, because merit was equivalent to 2 Bs at A level, and I was happy with that.
Yeah.
Then I contact Middlesex University to find out when I start, to learn that they never received my papers for uni. my deferred application.
They never
received it.
Not even a year prior.
Not in a year prior. Don't know where it is. Never heard of me. And it was kind of hard. It was sort of heartbreaking, but in the same conversation, birthday, it was like, okay, what's to be will be.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was willing to commute or stay down there with me and Michael.
Yeah.
At the time, Michael was 1, or would have been it would have been a baby coming up to 1.
Yeah.
But, it didn't work. That wasn't what it was meant to be. Then I thought to myself that after studying health and social care advanced, maybe social work isn't for me anymore. Yeah, just wasn't my field anymore.
Wow.
And in that time, I went for an interview. In fact, I went look for a job. You know what I mean? Trying to find my way now as to what am I going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Got a job interview for Lloyds Bank in Oxford Street.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my.
What year is this?
This is 1998 going to
1998. How old are you at the time?
I'm going
20.
into 19.
19 years old,
19
working in
20.
Oxford Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got a job at Lloyds Bank. In fact, the 32 Oxford Street, never forget it, was one of the biggest Lloyds Bank there.
Yeah.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was difficult because at the time, pay as in a banking system, working part-time, wasn't great.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to quit. And but balancing me and Michael.
Yeah.
And Michael's a childminder. Anyway, my love for finance came from working in the bank.
Okay.
That's where my love for finance came from. And I just thought to myself, I'm going to try. This might work for me. Yeah. More than actually going into something else. Don't get me wrong, I didn't understand how difficult it was going to be or what it entailed.
Yeah.
But I thought, let me try. Because you can't beat trying something. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Carried on. Working at the bank. I think I was at the bank for about 2 years, 2-3 years. I can't remember. About 2 years.
Yeah.
Had another child.
Okay.
A little girl this time. Shireen. And still, like, I've got to do this course. And in between Michael and Shireen,
yeah,
Shireen's born 2000 now, I've done evening classes. So I've studied like manual payroll, manual bookkeeping, manual payroll, computerized bookkeeping, Sage bookkeeping, Sage computer. Oh, any little course I could find, I done. Okay, and then worked my way up. How old? 25. What did I do? Then I carried on studying. Yeah. So I've always done evening classes or attended college and work.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't go to university. University wasn't my journey. Yeah. To study, to be in the financial world. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
And that's it so far.
That's the life of a strong black woman. Everyone, give me a round of applause right now. Everyone, clap your hands right now.
Inshallah.
25. So you've had 2 kids at this point. Worked in the bank on Oxford Street, 32 Oxford Street.
Yes, sorry. Okay. I'm here in my mind. Sorry. Kimani's telling me now. I forgot. Right. So then I've carried on working.
Okay.
Carried on working. Yeah. Then I had Shireen. So in between my whole studies, then I had a third child, which is Kimani.
Yours truly.
Okay.
Right. So throughout my beginning of my financial, which is bookkeeping life, I have always worked within the industry, within the field, and I've always studied.
Okay.
Always studied part-time. So for the children that are older, they will always remember me, mum, on the floor with all the papers and all the books, studying.
Can you vouch?
She said older.
You're older than me. Can you vouch?
Well, she was
21 months.
Yeah, she was 21. Say Michael, more Michael than Shireen.
Okay.
Will always remember the mum on the floor, on the desk with the papers, the books, and doing the studying, because that's what I do.
So if you were doing a lot of the studying, how would you describe your relationship with your older kids at the time?
We bonded we bonded. It was just like whatever I've got to do to make it, we're gonna make it.
Okay.
So that was. And because my mum was involved a lot, that helped me a lot.
Okay.
But in terms of the bonding with with the older two, it just worked its way out because they were just always there. It's like us. It's like me, them. When they sleep, I study.
Okay.
Yeah, or they're watching their show. I study.
So found something interesting out. You actually got married in the year 2000, no? 2002 to be correct.
2002.
So Zilla, you can correct me if I'm wrong. So got married in the year 2000. You ended up moving
2002.
2002. Sorry. 2002. You ended up moving out of the United Kingdom for a little while, correct?
Yeah.
So what was that period of life like? What was life like at the time? Like, how would you explain it to someone that has no recollection or has never been in a situation like that?
Is it for me? Are you asking me or Dad?
I'm asking both you and Dad.
How was it moving out of the UK?
Yeah.
Well, we didn't straight away move out of the UK. We went to Hampshire.
Hampshire, where's that?
Down south of England.
South England. Big up on my South Englanders out there.
Which is where you were born.
Inshallah.
Which is where you were born.
Yeah, it's only right.
And it's very different. I studied down there too.
Yeah.
But if the question is, what was it like?
Yeah.
It was different. It's a different world.
Different in a good way, different in a bad way.
Different in a good way. You know, everything has its negative and its positive, but more positive because we embraced it.
Okay.
At the end of the
day.
Did
it embrace you?
I just got on with it.
Okay.
It wasn't about
being an outcast or nothing.
I didn't feel an outcast.
Okay.
No, I did feel it. And I felt an outcast.
Yeah.
More when we moved abroad than in Hampshire, because in Hampshire you're able to drive home back to London to where you know.
Oh yeah, okay.
So in that sense, it's easy, yeah. And I wasn't one, and I'm still not one to have a lot of friends. Yeah. So therefore, circle of people wasn't my thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and if me and you are a friend, but I'm quite to myself like that. So then Hampshire was lovely. It worked in Hampshire. This time I've got 4. In fact, there's 5 of you.
Yeah.
Okay, because there is Michael, there is Shireen, there is Kimani, there is you, and there is Fu.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 5 of you, as a matter of fact. And your baby, the other 4 are at school, nursery, Shireen, or something like that. I can't remember nursery, but school. I mean, we had the childminder, whose name has totally slipped me right now. What was her name, Leslie? Debbie was our childminder.
Zilla, hello?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was Debbie. So basically, that was a setup. Your dad was away working. I continued.
Big veteran in the building.
Big veteran. How many wars you been to? Hello? Dad?
Say again, I can't hear you.
How many wars have you been to for the people that don't know?
I've been to 2 wars.
2 wars. How long were you stationed away from home?
When it was quite a difficult time because once I finished training February, Valentine's Day, 2003, it was around the clock thing because I was told while I was in basic training that there's a guarantee once I become a full soldier, I'll go to some farmer conflict, war fighting situation. So at that time when I went to my battalion, when I went there, they was in Kosovo. Okay. And then they came back. We went to Northern Ireland for a week. Then I came back. Then we was on Salisbury Plain for about 3 months. Then I went on annual leave. Then the 24th of August 2003, I went to Canada for 10 weeks. And then when I come back in October, we had Christmas. Then April following year, I went to my first operation, 2004.
Rotted. So a man on the move.
So it was always for my 5 year in services, so non-stop. I think I spent out of the 5 years, I think I spent probably a year in total.
One second, folks. We'll be right back.
Wish to accept this call. Please hang up now.
And we're back.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what's going on, but they they can't stop us. Let's just say that, to say the least. So you said you were stationed away from home for 5 years in total. How?
I said, so I've done 5 year service.
Okay.
And if I add up all the time that I've been away,
Yeah.
I think I spent 4 years away and a year in total at home, because I've been away more than I was at home for that period of time.
So,
huh? That's the type of lifestyle.
Yeah. So, Natz P, how would you explain the 4 years Zilla did in the service compared to the 1 year he did at home with you? How was that mentally, work, life? How did you juggle and balance, and how did you keep this ship rolling forward at a steady pace?
You have to keep on moving. You don't have a choice to quit when you got kids. When you got kids, you just got to keep on moving forward.
Yeah. But is that more difficult when you have several kids all at different ages, different points in life?
When we was in Hampshire, it was easier because your nan is in London.
Okay.
And she used to come down.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, just easier. You're in a country where you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy to jump in a car and drive. When we moved away to Germany, which was lovely. What year
did you move away to Germany?
2005.
February 2005.
February 2005.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this time, 2005, but we've only got 4 children going with us, which is Mike, Shireen, Kimani, and you.
Okay.
Who didn't come to Germany. So you go to a new country, a new house, and you have to get on. Trust me, you have to get on. You have to get on. If it's like you got to survive.
So where was it? Were you just in Germany, or were you in like the army barrack?
No,
so
we lived on a road.
A road,
just like a residential road.
Okay.
You had other squaddies families who lived on the road, and you had German neighbours.
Okay.
They were nice. Don't get me
Lovely
wrong.
people.
Nice people.
They used to make fresh bread and send it to your door and that.
No, but it
was
wasn't like
just
that.
The films.
Yeah.
Guten Tag to all the Germans out there watching. Guten Tag, brother.
But we had a good time. They were nice people to us.
Yeah.
And they dealt with us nice. You go to the shop, everybody's just friendly.
Within close proximity.
Yeah, everything was in close proximity to us. It was a nice life. I'm not gonna lie and say it wasn't nice. Yeah. It's like you went there, you got on with it because you have to get on.
So, if there was a choice to have stayed in Germany rather than come back to the UK, would we have stayed there?
Would have stayed. It was a different lifestyle. It was nice there. You seem shocked.
It's family orientated.
It's
more catered to family than an individual.
Okay.
Yeah. And in fact, you're like older now, but if you had seen that, you'd have liked it, because if you speak to like your brother, he can tell you what he did, and he wasn't even that old. Like he wasn't 18, 19, and you saw the kids going rollerblading. They did a lot as families.
Yeah.
Where England it's not designed like that.
Big up Mike C. We got him on next week's podcast.
So it was like that, and at the same time, so I worked.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, yes, being at home.
Yeah.
By yourself, more or less.
Yeah.
You learn to get on with it. I'm not going to say emotionally it doesn't drain you. It doesn't take a lot out of you.
Yeah.
Or you don't want more, but you're in overdrive. You just
keep pushing.
Just keep pushing. You're working full time. Your kids, one's at one nursery, one's at the other nursery, 2 are in school. You just keep going, innit? You don't think about it.
I'll tell you what we can do for this next segment here. So explain. I want Natz P and Zilla to kind of like back-to-back action movie style, kind of tell the story of transitioning back to the UK and what the work life was when you guys both got back.
Say that again, sorry.
So in Germany right now,
Mm-hmm.
you're in overdrive, you're pushing hard for your kids and for your husband who's at war right now.
Mm-hmm.
You guys end up finding your way back into the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Where does the story go from here? What is the work life like, living situation, the adjustment back into the UK? Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
The articulate one.
Cutting out.
Adjustment back into the UK. Well, I was working full time in Germany. You see, I'm always working.
Yeah.
Right. So work is never a problem because I'm always working and studying. Okay.
Yeah.
And coming back to I finished one job in Germany, in finance.
Okay.
And also was able to obtain regimental. I did a regimental accountant course as well, and you was able to come back to the UK and get another job. See, it's not hard to get a job. The job's easy to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we come back. I think I've still studying. I'm always studying, and get back into the work mode because you got to work to survive.
Yeah.
Really, and everything else is chaos.
Okay.
In terms of living situation, because the plan was never to come back to the UK. It was actually to go to live in Canada, but that went out the window.
You could have been Canadian, bruh.
Could have been Canadian.
Inshallah.
Could have been Canadian. You heard it here first.
Yeah, we wanted to immigrate to Canada. That was our dream. Yeah, and because once again, Canada has a very different lifestyle, very family lifestyle, very organized. If you've got a skill, it's you can go there, you can get work
and go far
and go further than in
so
the UK.
What happened? I think that's the question on everyone's mind listening at home right now. What happened? Could have been Canadian, dude. Tory Lanez, Drake, top 5 presser.
If I remember correctly,
yeah.
Les has to correct me. Relying on others, family to help you. Promises.
Yeah, so we were supposed to immigrate to Canada because I was going to inherit my uncle's real estate business. And his son, Christopher, who is a barrister, he was the one who was responsible for doing the paperwork, the legal side, and keep us abreast. So while I was in Iraq 2006, he was going back and forth, and then there was a discrepancy about land, and their dad chose me over them and all of that stuff. So then it started casting an animosity about, who should be taking over the business and all of that stuff. So that's where the breakdown came. So when I spoke to my uncle when I terminate my contract in Iraq, I only had a year to sort things out. But by that time, when I phoned him and he says, look, son, it's going to be difficult for everybody to come at the same time. You would have to come by yourself and then get the others. And I'm thinking, this doesn't make any sense because
no sense at all.
I've got a young family. How am I going to leave them behind then to go and start something, then have to go? So it could be a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, how long this thing's going to take for you to come over if I went first. So the decision was, if all of us ain't going, then it's no point. So at that point, it's kind of get a bit tricky because I come back from it. The tour finished November 2006.
Okay.
And I only had until April the next year to leave. So as you can imagine, it wasn't no whole heap of time to plan anything. So the house is already thingy. We haven't got enough chance to sort out living accommodation in the UK. So all of that was a crazy madness. Though one thing we did before we come back, we had a sit down and we said that, look, we have to make a decision here. So the decision was I would become the house husband because we just set up something, Time Fly Enterprise at the time, limited.
Okay.
And so mom was going to go to work full time. I would look after the children and build the business from there. So when we come back, we was classed as homeless for 2.5 years.
Jesus.
But the hustle never stops.
The hustle never stops.
Amen. But just to know, we could have been Canadian.
Could have been Canadian.
Girl.
I don't know who you are, Christopher, but excuse my language, for you.
Oh.
Christopher, wherever you are out there, just know I'm looking for you. We need to have a serious sit down because could have been Canadian, dude. But anyway, so back in the UK, as Zilla put it, you're in the driver's seat. You're working full time. He's at home looking after the kids, doing his thing on the side. How does this translate, and what is the mindset now? You're back in the UK, classified as homeless for 2 years. What's going through the?
The first thing on the agenda was to find somewhere to live.
Oh, obviously. But how do you go about that? What's going through the minds of Zilla and Natz?
We were looking to buy a house, but we couldn't buy in London, so we were looking out of London. We went and viewed a few properties in Luton at the time. There was some in Milton Keynes, but they look big in the photograph when you saw them on the internet, but when you actually go into the space and look at it, it was quite small.
Yeah.
So then we look to the council because we have to find somewhere to live. We've been living in this condition for, I don't know, nearly a year.
Okay.
Yeah, over a year, 2 years. So, yeah, it was 2 years because we never moved to the house that you live in now until 2009. And we came back from January 2007.
So how long were you in? 2009?
We were going, huh?
It doesn't even feel like 2009, to be honest.
Yes, we moved to the house. January.
Raw.
Yeah, it was January 2009 we moved to that address. And we were going all over the places, looking, housing, and it was getting frustrated. So in the end, we wrote to our local MP, Dan Butler, and she wrote to the council and thingy, and then they gave us, there was 4 or 5 people, or they sent to the same address at the time. So when we walked down the road, I looked through the keyhole and I said to Elaine, look, this is us. So the other lady, she was right behind us.
Okay.
And then she said, you're going to take this, isn't it? And we said, yeah, and that was it.
We moved in. Can you confirm? He looked through the keyhole and said, this is us.
Yeah, he told me to.
Yeah, I looked in there, I saw it, and I think this is it. So it took me 2 weeks to gut it out and put it back together.
He told me to look beyond what I see there. Because at the time when you look at it, you're like, what? But it's true. Yeah, we did.
Come on in. I want you to slide right into the microphone. If we can all remember the early days of living in a house, I remember the smell of paint, a small TV in where the front room is now, and MTV on all day.
Yeah, watching Drumline on repeat.
Watching it's mad to think how far 16 years almost living in the same house. It doesn't even feel real.
Nah, for real.
16
But it kind of
years.
credits because TT's gonna be 15, so it's like, raw.
Yeah, but even that's crazy. I still can't comprehend that.
That's what I'm saying. But
time flies.
Jesus, 16 years. It doesn't sound right, man. I'm only 19.
But
that's not right.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ, bro. I've been in that yard
He
since
is,
I was
innit?
4, bro.
Because when we moved there, he was going to the 7-day Adventist nursery.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he wasn't even in primary school yet.
Just do one for...
Inshallah.
Inshallah. So, explain to us now, because just give me a thumbs up or a thumb down. Do you want to talk about the companies that you're a part of right now?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
Yeah, okay. I heard something about Graft in the pipeline. I've done a couple, promotional videos for Graft. So do you want to,
Yeah. So, I'm a co-founder of a company called Graft Virtual.
You can speak up into the mic. Sell the product.
I'm the co-founder of a company called Graft Virtual Business Solutions.
Okay.
Which is myself and business partner Lee.
Yeah.
Who's also my boss in another company.
Okay.
We basically shared wine, more her than me, over an evening.
Okay.
And decided that we wanted more than what we were actually getting at the time. Because we, as much as people say 9 to 5 is like the slave mentality, it's a slave mentality, really, working to pay bills.
Okay.
But that's just life.
That is
you
life.
have to do it. Yeah. It's what else you do outside of that.
Yes.
Yeah. That brings in that makes the difference. And we were there like, we want more than this. This doesn't make any sense of what we're doing.
Yeah.
We could be doing this on the side and make money.
Yeah.
So we decided to open a company.
Okay.
Which is really, we all remote.
Yeah.
And we just use our skill set and we sell the business to others. So it opened in March this year.
March 2023?
2023.
Yes,
It
yes.
has been slow.
Okay.
Because, you know, people are already established. And people tend to go with who they know.
Of course,
Okay?
of course.
But we offer all back-end administration services.
Such as
admin, do your PAs, do your telephones, answering, do your finances, do your
payrolls,
do your contract writings, you name it.
Hear all of that. What do half of these companies offer like that? But
I don't hear no
contract writing.
No one on the roads is doing what I'm hearing right now.
Right, and then we do a lot. And
so you guys got a website?
We got a website. www.graphvs.co.uk.
Graphvs.co.uk. It'll be in the link in the description. You guys know the vibes. Stop playing games out here. It's big bank, take little bank. Anyway, speak to us more about this graft. We're listening. All it is.
So basically, there's 3 of us in the team, the main head team. The 3 of us come together.
Okay.
And we've all got our own skill set. So as I said, there's compliance, there's property, funding, you name it. Our business partner Lee, she got connections in a lot of things. So contract writing, as I said, if you want to find investment, she knows about that because she used to work in the banking system, hierarchy bank system.
Oh,
so she knows a lot. Yeah. And myself, who does the bookkeeping, and more than the bookkeeping, the financial accountant.
Yeah.
And we've got an accountant who works with us also. Okay. I do HR because I just finished studying HR and got my CIPD. Woo-woo! So that, and I also have an outsourced HR to always liaise with, as it's a new field to me.
Okay.
And making sure. And then we got our other colleague, Jo, who is basically a website builder, and she does all the social media, networking, LinkedIn, anything. Do you know what? Basically to enhance other people's business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a few projects on at the moment.
Yeah.
Which God sent, let's be frank. And we're looking for more. But looking for more that brings stability. Yeah. And we are all still working full time, as well as having a business on the side. Yeah. So you know what? It never stops.
So this is what I'll say. Today is currently the 15th of October. By the time all my lovely viewers are watching this, it'll be the 19th of October. So let's wrap down the end of the year. What is Graph's and Natz P's plans for 2024? 2024
is basically to secure some long-term contracts.
Okay. When you say long-term, what's that? 1 year, 2 years, 5 years?
2, 3 years. Listen, ongoing.
Okay.
Yeah? Because at the end of the day, you want the business. You know, we know what we can do. We know like what our team is capable. And we give 100, more than 100%. Okay? We fight through. Yeah? And we're there to make sure that your business runs successfully. Yeah. Yeah. So that no one outside of your business would know, in fact, you're a one-man band or you're a two-man band, because our support makes it feel like you're a company.
Your support system strong.
Yeah, it's strong.
As well as each of you individually have your own like personally good recommendations from people. So it's like the 3 of you together is like a dream team.
It's like an army.
It is. Really it is. So 2024, definitely enhancing ourselves, because you know the end goal is really to get to a point where you're making enough money that you don't have to work.
Yeah, for someone else.
Yeah. And the company that you have, you just manage it. You don't even have to do anything if you don't want to, because you've got people working there. That's the end goal.
So for those business owners watching, because I know there's business owners watching, I've been seeing the comments. I've been stalking you, all you viewers at home. I've been seeing. So is it package based or is it?
You can have package based, but it's better to have a phone consultation to see what you require.
Is it a free consultation?
It's free consultation.
Free consultation.
Free consultation.
So what, they call the number?
Call the number. I don't know what the number is now because I can't remember.
So they call the number, have a conversation.
And the
price will be given to them in how short of a time?
Less than 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours, you get your price. And what, you guys can get started ASAP?
And as soon as we confirm the date that they want the work to start, we start.
Sounds simple enough for me. Sounds simple enough for you?
Yeah, it sounds simple, real simple.
Yeah, it sounds kind of simple. Sounds, you know what I mean? So let's just, for everyone at home, let's get this money, guys.
Inshallah.
So, Graph 2024, you're looking for some longer contracts, looking for So what type of people have you been running into in the bookkeeping, accounting industry? What type of people have you come across in your...
who I've worked for? I've construction for quite a while. Graphic designers.
Okay.
Marketing. Entrepreneurs who deal in properties.
Yeah.
I've worked in major different industries. Music industry, as finance. I've done so much. It's like some of them I can't remember. Yeah, but the principles of bookkeeping are always the same.
Okay, and those principles,
like you have double entry, because that's what bookkeeping is.
Double entry.
Yeah, which is basically money in, money out, and recording it correctly.
Okay.
That is really what it's just simple like that.
Yeah.
But of course, you've got to have the time to do it. So, like for me, let me go back a bit. Let me go back years. I went to school like everybody else.
Yeah.
I didn't do well.
Okay.
I've got GCSEs. Okay. I got 2. I think out of the bunch, I got 2 C's.
Those were in English, correct?
English.
Yeah.
Huh? In England, yeah, I was good in England. Right. So my point is, I didn't enjoy school.
Okay.
I didn't understand school.
Yeah.
Okay. In fact, I thought I was actually quite stupid at school, to be honest with you. Because, which I have come to identify as I've got older, and other people probably, and you know what? People do or they don't, right? The pressure. And I find it really hard to pronounce words. Like dyslexia, really bad.
Okay.
And when I'm 45 now.
Okay.
All those years ago, I didn't know what it was. I just thought I was just being stupid. Yeah. Because I really, even now, I struggle with words. I prefer to ask you, what does that say?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But numbers, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
But numbers on a basic level. Don't give me algebra. I don't get it. And and also that is also an issue. I'm a visual learner. And I've come, as you get older, for me, you come to identify.
So at what age would you say you identified, I'm a visual learner, this other stuff's not working
When
for
I was
me?
about 42.
Oh, so
Recently,
3 years ago. Okay.
All the time when I was doing my financing, the bookkeeping, I got it. Because I read the case study.
Yeah.
Because he asked me to do something.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. Yeah. It's simple maths.
Percentages.
Speaking to the mic when you're speaking.
It's simple maths. You know, percentages.
Times tables, all those things, which is simple.
Yeah.
Right? Give me that. You can't fool me.
Yeah.
Then you start talking, I need a fraction. I'm going to tell you straight, at school, all them things I'm like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
But then at the time, when I look back now, it just took someone to break it down for me to understand, or show me. And keep showing me a few times, and then it would have registered. But it didn't. In school, it's not like that. It's like you're in a class, 30 kids. You don't get it? All right, you start at level 1, which is top. You don't get it? Go down to level 10.
Yeah, that's
how it is.
Public school works.
Yeah, it's not, let me try and let me, like I remember at school one time, I know I'm going back, but I remember at school one time I said to the teacher, why does A equal 2 for argument's sake? Yeah. And it just is. But how can it just be?
That's kind of ignorant.
How can it just be? And the teacher kept saying, yeah, but it just is. And I'm like, no, but it can't just be. What does that symbolize? And I'm 45. Why is A equal to 2? Because I still don't know why it's equal to 2. And my point is, you go through school. Not everybody. Some people get it. Yeah. But for those who don't get it, and for those teachers who don't try to let the student get it, you then feel like a fool. And then I remember being in level 2 maths, which was second from the top. Okay. And I remember leaving school in level 7, bottom.
Oh shit.
Because I could not grasp. I did not understand why things were the way they are. And then everybody said, you should take... In fact, I was reminded, you should take a notice in primary school, in Think School, because that's where it all starts, which doesn't make any sense, because in primary school, I knew all my time, you knew basic maths. My mum used to teach me basic maths. I'm not, but that's life. So the accountancy part, what I'm trying to say, the numbers that I do are second nature to me. I can do my job with my eyes closed. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's big talk.
I can sit there and have 3 companies in front of my screen and know what each 3 does without looking.
Inshallah.
That's big talk right there. I want everyone right now to go get 3 things in front of you, close your eyes and tell me you could do that with no fails, no mistakes.
Yeah, I just know.
How much experience do you have in your field? How many years?
Well, I'm 45, 20, nearly 30, nearly coming up nearly 30 years.
3 decades of experience.
And each time you go to a different job, you learn something new. I have just been, listen, everybody, and don't get me wrong, I believe it is nice if a child can go to uni, 100%.
Yeah.
Because some people have that skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and have that brain.
That level of concentration.
And have that ability. I didn't. Yeah. So to me, it's not a failure if you didn't. But what becomes a failure is if you don't do nothing with your life.
Yeah.
And I was always told from my mum, bless her, quitting is not an option. Yeah. You got to keep going. So that is why I kept doing my evening classes. That's why I kept pushing through with the papers. And sometimes I laugh because Michael, my mum, I remember you there and you scrump up this paper because if it's not neat enough, you know, I'm not writing it. So I see where Kimani gets it from. Yeah. Everything has to be precise.
Okay.
Yeah. And you do that, you accomplish. You then go into jobs, and I have been fortunate to have some bosses who have always opened their door, and I'm learning what they know.
Okay.
Where it doesn't
Insider
happen.
secrets.
Yeah, it like finance. So sometimes I know, like, I wanted to do ACCA, and basically ACCA is a chartered accountant.
Okay.
That's really what I wanted to become.
Yeah.
Okay. I sat an exam, froze in the exam.
Like a deer in headlights?
Just sitting there like, I don't know this.
Raw.
Absolutely. In the classroom, I got it.
Flying.
But in the exam, I'm like, what? And I got up and the teacher says, have you finished? And I just said, honestly, this isn't for me.
So what, would you say you deal with anxiety?
Yeah, I think maybe. I just get really, I look at the document and it's more than what I think it is. Yeah. So you know what? Because I know I'm that sort of person. Yeah. I prefer to do courses that don't have exams. Give me something that's coursework based,
theory based.
Yeah. So that I read a case or I do the practical. Yeah. And then it's like, all right, submit that. You understand? More than sitting on a test and you got
an exam with 100 people on a desk.
I'm not that person. Yeah. Yeah. So I have just, as I said, I've been fortunate to work with people who are accountants. Who are if I ask them a question, they've always been open to give me the answer. Okay. It isn't, oh well, I'm the accountant, you're the bookkeeper, you can't know that. I've learned as I've gone on. I've learned as I've gone on. So I'm a registered bookkeeper, right? And from that, then I've got financial accounting experience because I've been exposed to it. Okay. Not because I studied it, but because I've been exposed to it, which has allowed me to be more than a bookkeeper.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but it is what it is. For some people, it's but maybe people think, you should be studying, but I didn't, and I'm not ashamed of it. It just is how it is, and I'm proud of it.
And it forever will be what it is.
And it will
as
forever.
You should be. I think like society today always make it seem like if you don't study, you can't get anywhere in life. Like some people, they're just not made to be in education. Like that's just how it is. But
big facts.
You can still be successful even if you're not educated. 100%. As long as you understand your own terminology, even if anyone else don't understand it, you can make it wherever you are.
Yeah, for everyone at home that doesn't know, this podcast is run by a bunch of high school dropouts.
Not me.
No, I said run. The 2 owners, Double S and Zilla. Isn't that right, Zilla? High school dropouts. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So no shame here.
No, there's no shame.
No shame.
It is what it is. Life is a journey, you know.
Life is a journey. Just got to keep fighting. Keep swinging.
And they make education more stressful than it is. Like,
needs to
all
be.
the pressure on like GCSEs and all of that. Like it is important, but the way that they over stress about it is like
it consumes you, especially as a child.
The only 2 GCSEs they care about is maths and English anyway.
It's true.
But they're stressing me about science.
It's true.
And when I leave school, anything in maths, love it. But when I left school, no one ain't asked me about no algebra. They won't ask me about no fraction. No, they won't ask me about no trigonometry. They ask me about these things. The only thing they're asking me is, can you add up? Can you know your timetables, percentages?
Do you speak English?
And do you speak English?
That's it.
And no Shakespeare, they want to know. They're not interested.
No, it's true.
They're not interested.
It's true.
Right? But the struggle still goes on. It just is what it is. But I'm not, for all those who are listening, I'm not saying education is not key.
We're not shitting on the system.
Yeah, we're not.
Education is key. But you know
stay
what?
In school.
Stay in school.
Learn from my mistakes. Stay in school. Go far.
Stay in school. Of course, 100%. But then be true to yourself.
It's true, because even at school, like, even if you don't understand something, some teachers can be really like distant towards you because all the smart people know. Then they tend to cater for the smart people, but the smart people are normal people once upon a time. So it's like different people have different levels of understanding. That's why more people will tend to like just act out and not care about the lesson, because you don't even want to help me. You're just telling me if A should be 2, A should just be 2, rather than breaking down how A is 2. So then I'm gonna act out because you don't help me.
Did you act out in school?
No comment.
Okay. Okay, we've got no comment on
that
the
means
podcast.
Yes.
No comment means no comment in my book. So
Excuse me. For the record, I'm academically smart. It's just my attention span is not there for a long period of time.
but you're in uni now, for the record.
Yes, I am.
What are you studying for those at
I'm
home?
doing business management, innovation, and entrepreneurship.
How long's your course?
It's 4 years. I did a foundation year because I took a gap year from college, so I needed to get my mind back in that education mindset.
That zone.
Yeah, but I'm in my second year and I'm having fun learning.
What year do you finish?
Yeah. I finished 2026.
Are they going to give you the honor roll and you're going to get your cap? And
Yes, I'm going to do my first ever graduation.
High School Musical style. Okay.
So it's going to be serious.
So, Natz P, we're rolling up on the 50-minute mark here.
Okay.
Final questions, opening, closing.
Would you change anything about your journey?
Anything.
No. Why now? Because it's made me who I am.
Okay.
And you can't turn the cup back.
Are you at peace with yourself now, 2023? You at peace? Is there some stuff that you still think like that keep you up at night saying, "Raw, like wish I would have went that route or said that to that person before X, Y, Z"?
Of course, you do think like that. But then at the same time, you've got to be realistic and think to yourself, you cannot go backwards. You've got to go forward. Yeah. And if I didn't go down that road or down that path or had said that conversation, I wouldn't have learnt what I learnt.
Okay.
So therefore, you just have to just roll with it. You know what I mean? You can't change what is.
Roll with the tide.
You have to roll with the tide. And who's meant to be in your life is in your life. And who's not going to be in your life ain't in your life. It just is what it is. So if you ask me if I'm at peace with myself now, yeah, because I've accepted it is what it is.
Inshallah.
Go on.
Now, doing all your courses, being an accountant and all of that, is there any other career paths that you would have went into?
Now, looking back in hindsight.
No, now.
No, I'd like to do counselling. I think I like that.
Counselling?
Yeah.
You're on taking people's burdens.
I think, to be
that's
honest,
what a counsellor is, no?
That's what a counsellor is. But you know what? I think counselling or therapy, I like it. I think it's, you know what, it's interesting to hear others, because when you hear others and they hear you, you find that what your strengths are and what their weaknesses. Because you know what, if you listen, if I was able to give my whole journey story, you'd probably be like, Leia, I couldn't do that. Yeah. And I hear yours, I probably think I couldn't do what you done. Yeah. But we did. We got through it. Yeah. The fact is, I've always said it, and I would always say, some people, and all of us really, we have to fall, we have to graze our knee, we have to get up, you got to put the plaster on it.
Bust your face.
You've got, the whole point is you have to learn from it. Doesn't make no sense something happening and you don't learn from it.
And you run from it. Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Amen.
You got to learn from your mistakes. And you know what? Sometimes you will run.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will run and sometimes you need to run. Because if you don't run, you're going to be drawn back.
And you'll never know what it was like to run.
Some situations you're going to run from. I'm going to tell you straight. I've done it.
Serious gems we're hearing right now.
Yeah, you got to run. So to other people, you shouldn't run. But to you, the only way to move forward is to run from the situation or whatever it is, because you need to get to that next step.
It's like a therapy session.
Yeah, right. But not running like physically, like we mean running like...
No, of course,
metaphorically.
And just like cutting off certain people. Sometimes not looking back.
So would you say you're blunt when it comes to cutting off people? Do you guys do the soft approach, or is it blocked?
It depends. You know what?
I feel like I'm the block guy, you know, just no more, you know? Try to call that phone number. This number cannot be recognized. That's me.
I'm not like that. I you know what? I will allow. I have to get to a point within myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes it can be longer than others. Yeah. But when I get to that point of I'm done.
Yeah.
No matter what you say,
it's just,
I'm done. When I cut, I'm cut.
Just
don't,
man.
Don't. And I'm not even bitter. I've done the end. This is the end. Yeah, but bitterness, who does it? Who does the bitterness bother? It bothers you, not the person.
I'm all right with that, though.
Well, if you're all right with it, it's fine. But
I can live with that.
Me as an individual, I don't like the bitterness. I don't like the uncomfortable feeling. So when you hear me get to a point of I'm done, or I turn my back. Yeah, don't ask me. Oh, look back. I ain't looking back. I'm done because I've gone the journey with you to such point, and you know some people can take the mick. Yeah, and whatever the journey is, whatever. And then I have to realize I have to do me. And I'm telling you things I'm learning in the last year journey now.
Oh, only in the last year?
Because I've done it, live.
So is it true what they say, like 50's the new 30? Is that what you feel like creeping up?
No, I don't feel like that. I just feel that 50's the new 30. No, I do. No, you know what? I just see things differently.
Yeah.
Than before.
Okay.
That's all. And you know what I mean? I spend a lot of time now looking at me.
Yeah.
My problem. Who am I?
In the mirror.
What do I portray? Okay. What do I allow?
Okay.
And when you look at yourself and you really do start stripping, you do see things you like and you dislike, but that's who you are. So you either change some things or you don't.
So would you say the path you're on right now is self-improvement?
100%.
It's her self-improvement, self-love, healing journey.
Yeah, it is.
Preach. Inshallah.
Yes, and as a wise man said to me once, never deflect your own feelings in the protection of others.
Who was the wise man?
Oh, Mr. Zilla.
Oh, Zilla, the wise man. Can you confirm or deny that this was you?
Yeah, well, my auntie taught me that for 35 years ago. She said, never protect someone else's feelings while yours is hurting. So it was not, when I said what I said, I know sometimes it comes across a bit harsh, and at the time you probably don't want to accept the way I said it, but I couldn't give a shit when I said it and how I said it because I was just thinking about me then.
Damn.
Yeah.
Honest words from an honest man.
But can I bring a point in there?
Of course.
If you learn that statement when you're younger, you're better.
Yeah, word. I learned that one too late, but now.
No.
Too late. How old are you?
What do you mean? I'm 20.
No, you haven't learnt it late. When you're older like me and you're learning that, because you weren't brought up like that, with that mentality, that's the difference. If it's already in you, instilled in you at this age, people can't take mick.
No, I feel you, but like meaning too late was like that advice I could have used a couple of years ago, but I healed from all of that, so now I'm on my big one still. So
yeah, but then you was at you was at school and you was a teen. There's a journey you have to go through. Yeah, and if you didn't go through that journey, you couldn't be sitting here talking about what was.
Very true.
Yeah. So, but now the wise words that you have been given, it's engraved in you. You understand? So you live your life by those words. It's better now than you're 30, 40 and you're like, wow, I should have done it.
Very true.
Because you're trying to balance something that is not to you, but you have got to make it you.
The sweet, sweet words of harmony. But I want to thank Natz P. I want to thank Kay. I want to thank Zilla calling in today. Everyone, episode 9 has been absolutely lovely. I hope I can see you guys on again soon. Maybe episode 13, 15. Maybe.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll see what the schedule's saying.
Okay.
But
and this episode just goes to show that education is needed, but as long as you know the goals that you're looking for, you can always achieve them.
They're achievable with hard work.
As another wise man told me, the hustle never sleeps. So as long as you stay awake chasing your dreams, you will always succeed.
Damn. Wow. This wise man should write a book.
I know, right?
Should write a book. Trying to hear some stuff from this wise man. But thank you everyone for being here. Episode 9 was amazing. We're gonna go take a quick 10-minute break. Start recording for the next one. So I'm gonna say goodbye from Double S, and I'm gonna let everyone say their pieces before we log out. Love you all, and see you guys next week.
Yes, goodbye from Case though. Y'all see me soon.
Goodbye from Natz P, and I hope to return soon.
Zilla, come on, give us your outro.
As we say, good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Thanks for listening. And as we say, if you change your mindset, you change your circumstances. Peace.